So in the past 9 years, so I have worked on multiple projects under multiple domains. Say it is like pharmaceutical, say it is an manufacturing, say it as an property solution. So this is my forte where I have worked on. So that's about myself, a quick introduction of a couple of minutes. And then just want to know about you guys. Anyone would like to tell me about you?
Okay, let me go, Mohammed. My name is Jay. I'm currently data manager with Total. I'm based in France, so it's nice to join you guys.
Sorry, didn't get you. Can you please come again? Guys, whenever you speak, just please ensure that you are closer to the mic so that we are clearly audible. I'm audible? Team?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwadamilare. I am a data analyst and I currently work with Etl and Ltc distribution company in Nigeria.
Okay. Good to have you. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Anyone out of the participant list? Anyone still studying in your final year of graduation or just now completed the graduation? Anyone among us? Everyone is professional, working professional here. We have in the session, or we have.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Good afternoon,
Hello.
Mohammed. My name is Kizito. I just finished my postgraduate, my MSc rather. Last
Good to know.
I'm looking up to change a career into data analysis.
Good to know. Great to have you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Okay, guys. So anyone else? No one's still trying to get fit with the analysis. Yes. Like you can even type on there, guys. Anyone who are not able to speak, you can just type. What are your knowledge on the data analytics field and what is the expectation from this program, 2-day program, where we'll be mainly concentrating on introduction to data analytics. Once you get hired in an organization, what is the expectation from you, and what is the importance of data visualization in any organization under the umbrella of data analytics. So we'll be discussing that part. So it will not be like I have a presentation, so I'll be just presenting and I'll be talking. No, it will not be like that. So based on my experience in the industry, so we'll be coming across some real-time challenges and real-time experiences that I have come across. So we'll be discussing those. Hopefully that will help you guys to get started. So most okay. So we have Udoka presently working in financial institution in Nigeria under the data analytics. We have Stephen from London. He's an IT technician. Good to have you, Stephen. Anyone else, guys? Just to want to know about you. I'm audible to you guys? I hope I am. Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Anyone else would like to share your experience? Also beginner. Yes. Thank you so much for confirming that I'm audible. Anyone else would like to tell any prior experience in the data analytics? Anyone? Okay, guys, great. Chalo. I understand. I understand. So now let me just start with an exercise. Let me just. He's a data manager. Jay, good to have you. You are a data manager. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Okay. So we'd like to know some more inputs from you in future now. Okay. Okay. Moses says he's a private researcher looking to add knowledge in data analytics for a better service delivery. Perfect. Uh, yes, I'm beginner in data analytics, a beginner in data analytics. Perfect. So most of us, 90% of the participants are beginner in data analytics. Okay, guys. So let me just start from exercise that let me just quickly share my screen and I'll open a whiteboard. So we'll be creating our own presentations, guys. So as I understand, we'll create our own presentation. Okay. Is my screen visible? A quick confirmation.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. Guys, I may not be accessible to the chat when I'm sharing my whiteboard. So I want active participation for you guys to speak up. So speaking is good. So rather than typing, just feel free to speak up. Okay. So now let me just open a whiteboard on my screen. Okay, great. So I have a whiteboard on my screen. So I want you to introduce to the world of business intelligence, or data analytics or data science or business analytics. Okay, guys. So these four terms, I'll tell you what are these four terms and how they are complementing to each other in the field of data science or data analytics. Now, I want one volunteer from you guys to just speak up with me, and I want to know how many of us are using a smartphone. How many of us are speaking a smartphone?
I'm using a smartphone.
You are using a smartphone. Thank you so much. What brand smartphone are you using?
I'm using a smartphone.
You are using a smartphone. What
Yeah.
brand it is?
It's a Techno smartphone.
Techno Smart. Okay. Can you just help me with the specification of your smartphone, please? Specification in the sense. Okay.
I'm using an Infinix Hot 9.
Okay. What is the space memory of your smartphone?
I have 64 gigs.
64 gigs. Perfect. 64 gigs. And what is your RAM size?
3.
3 GB. Okay, 3 gigs.
Yes, 3 GB.
3 gigs. Perfect. What is the screen resolution? 6-inch or 5 inches screen. Perfect.
5 inches. 5 inches.
Yes, perfect. And what is the battery backup?
I have a battery backup of about 100%.
Okay, 100%, or I'll tell 4,000 mAh.
4,500 MP.
Yes, correct. So now, tell me, this is Anthony, right? I'm speaking to Anthony.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Anthony, thank you so much for breaking the ice and speaking to me. So now, Anthony, tell me one thing. Did you purchase this smartphone directly from a store, or before purchasing, did you go to various websites and did a survey that which brand mobile phone I should purchase, and the money that I'm spending to the mobile phone, will it be good enough? I will have a good life for this phone or no? Or just you have went to a store and you purchased it? Tell me your experience.
No,
How did you purchase that?
I actually went to check it up Hot 9.
Perfect.
Then I checked for the space and I checked for the gig and I checked of the internet visibility, how fast it would be. That's why I bought it.
Perfect. So why did we do that?
because of my probably what I do most of the time, I need a big space, and I download a lot of stuff online, and I need a very good phone for internet speed.
Okay. So now I will give you the flow, the process flow that you have followed to purchase a mobile phone, and correct me if I'm going somewhere wrong. Okay. Shall I draw a diagram and show you the flow, what you have done?
Okay, go ahead.
Before purchasing a mobile phone. Okay, what will I do here now? I'll just press escape and I'll just open a whiteboard again. Yep. Let me just escape and I'll just minimize this part for me. I want a bigger space. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the project. Guys, the analogy may think it is a silly analogy, but yes, this is very important for us to understand what is the meaning of business intelligence and what is meant by data analytics. Okay, project purchase mobile phone. Okay, now Anthony. Now, first step, when I think of the mobile phone, I set up a budget, correct? I set up a budget, and then I will go first on the YouTube, correct? YouTube is the best source, right? To get some comparisons.
Yes, to get comparison and view.
Good, great. YouTube, okay. In what format we have information there? Videos, correct?
Videos, information.
Videos, yes. Okay, I'll just videos, YouTube, and this will come in the videos. Okay, now what is the next another source that you went and saw? What?
Memory.
No.
Memory.
Means where did you go? You went to the websites, various websites.
Yes, I went to
Google search.
Google search.
Global search. Perfect. Websites or global search. Perfect. Global search. Okay, now what is another way of source of information for me? Where did I get some information about which phone to purchase? Friends, correct?
Yes.
Friends and family. Okay. Then any other source, guys? That we have?
Previous preview.
Previous experience. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for adding this. Previous experience. Previous experience. Previous experience. Previous experience. Okay. Okay. Previous experience. So for 4, let's consider 4. Then my first step of project mobile phone. So let me decide a budget. Let me decide a budget for this smartphone and the requirements. Budgets or requirements, I will give the name. I'll just tell budget or requirements. Correct? Budget or requirements. I took this budget and requirement and I started my project to purchase a mobile phone. And why do I need to purchase? I need to do so much of analysis is the each and single dollar or each and a single penny that I'm spending to the mobile phone. I want it to be worth, isn't it? I don't want to waste my money.
Yes, sure.
Correct. And I want to get the best outcome from the mobile phone. Correct. And after doing so much of hard work, not hard work, smart work, I would tell, if I purchase a good phone and that is satisfying my needs exceptionally good and I'm not facing any issues, then internal feeling will come, right? Yes, I have made an intelligent decision by purchasing the mobile phone. Don't you feel that?
Yes.
Do we feel? We do feel.
Yes,
thinking that, yes, I have spent this much amount of money and I am doing justice to this money that I have spent. Yes, that feeling will be there. The term intelligent decision that came in. That is the main point of business intelligence. Now, what will I do with this information? Guys, I want you to take up a pen and paper to note down. So I will not be having a old school presentation. Will not be having an old school presentation where you'll just see some images and you'll just learn from that. No, this is a real-time scenarios that we are working across. So now, what I will do, I'll just gather this information on one place. Gather this information at one place. What is that place? In my mind, correct? In my mind, I will gather this information. And now, this is a video format. Guys, this is a video format. This is a textual format. This is audio format. And this is my intelligence. Agree? The format of information is different in each and every way of presentation, correct? Now, guys, everyone in this session, we know English language. Yes, we know English language, and we are here. Now think, I am being an Indian. If I start speaking in Hindi, Anthony will tell, Arif, I don't understand anything what you are speaking. Correct, Anthony?
Yes, correct.
Correct, right? Everyone here.
Yes, correct, very correct.
Yes, you will tell me, Arif, you don't, and tell me something which I can understand. So tell me something which I can understand, you will tell. And similarly, the same thing is happening here. Your mind is well equipped, or you are smart enough to compare the information which is coming in video, the coming in text, and the information coming as audio, and the information coming from your intelligence. Your mind is smart enough to convert this. So video, and you will store that, and you will try to bring the insights from that video. You will try to do that. And that stage, I call it as integration. Right, Anthony? You integrate all this information in your mind?
Yes, I do.
You integrate this information in your mind, which is of different structure and different formats. You do that. And n number of sources information is there. N number of sources of information is there. Yes. Now, after you integrate, I will give it a name as ETL, extract, transform, and load. I'll give this a name. Now, extract, transform, and load. After doing this extract, transform, and load, what do I have need to do? So I have to store this information somewhere, right?
Yes.
Store. Yes, data store. I will tell it as data store. So, Anthony, please stop me at any instant of time that if you think, yes, you have not done this thing. You have done this thing, right? To purchase a mobile phone, all these things you have done. The information, if I ask you now, Anthony, tell me what are the considerations that you have done, you will tell me immediately, because that information is stored in your mind. Correct?
Yes.
Correct. Okay, chalo. I agree. Okay, you agree with that. Now, after storing that information, what will you do? You will have an analysis engine. You will analyze the information. The step of analysis start. Analysis could be in the form of visualization. Analysis could be in the form of storytelling. Analysis will be in the form of, if I tell you to tell analysis, you'll start speaking. Yeah, Arif, I have done this, I have done that. So that is a verbal analysis, correct?
Yes.
If I tell you, Anthony, I'm not understanding what you are telling, everything is going out of my mind. Give me some sort of information which I may understand easily. Then you will think of that what we have learned in the school. In the school, what we have been taught, guys, 90% of the information, 90% of the information that a human being can grasp is through visuals, correct?
Yes. So visual.
Yes, 90% of the information a human brain can grasp is through visuals. Then just few percent is through audio. Correct?
Yes.
Now, when you will tell me, Anthony, Arif, I'll tell you, I want something visual to tell me this. Yeah, this is what analysis you have done, and based on this, I have taken my decision. And the last step of this is called business decision. Business decision or mobile purchase decision. Decision making. Now, Anthony, coming back to you. Have you done the same steps?
Yes, I have.
Ultimately, you have taken a decision.
Yes, I've taken a decision. I bought the phone.
Correct? Straightforward,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You have to, you wanted to satisfy your requirements.
Because it met my requirements and what I needed. Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. You wanted to satisfy your requirement. Now, the business intelligence start from one and individual. You'll tell how. I'll tell, yes, you already know what is meant by business intelligence and you already know what is meant by data analytics if you have done these steps. You'll ask me now, how is that even possible? I just purchased a simple phone. Simple phone I've purchased, and I wanted to make a worth of it. So I just did all these steps on S. So now business intelligence, the concept of business intelligence comes from an individual only. Now you'll understand. I'll just change the project. I'll just change the project. Instead of, you are not purchasing a mobile phone, you are selling mobile phone brands. For example, Samsung and any other phones, guys. iPhone, Apple, yes, etc. So you have a number of brands there. Now think, you are not purchasing a mobile phone. Forget about this. So I'm not purchasing a mobile phone now. Instead, I'm selling a mobile phone. Now tell me, what will be your considerations, Anthony?
What are the makes of the phone and what type of phone I want to sell?
Yes. What type of phone I have to sell? So now, first thing that will come into mind is what my audience, target audience.
What my audience needs.
Perfect.
What type of phone do they need?
Perfect.
What are they looking for? Memory size and
perfect.
Screen size.
Perfect. So you will do market analysis first. So you will get the information from the market analysis, correct? So in this video information, I will tell market analysis, correct? Second way of information, you will learn from your previous experience, what phones I was selling before and what improvement I have to do. I have to learn from that previous experience, correct?
Yes.
Then you will sit in a conference room and you will discuss with your technical team. So this is what I'm planning to have. So tell me whether it is possible or no. Tell me your thoughts. You will discuss, correct?
Yes.
And you have some documentations around that, and that information also will be there. So you are selling a mobile phone now. So what will you do? In order to sell the mobile phone effectively, you have to understand all these aspects, correct?
Of the phone, yes.
Obviously, I have to do that. Now, after having all this information, say it is the market analysis, say it is a sales information. So now think, so far, my sales was going very much low. Past 5 years and 10 years, my sales was going very much low. Now I want to understand why my sales are going very much low and what is that is needed in the market in the current scenario, which will improve my sales. You have to think in that way now. So there is a business decision you have to take. Now, what will be your approach? So you will try to gather as much as information. You will try to gather the country, in which country, what sales is happening. You will try to gather that information. Then in what age people are preferring, what preferences, you'll try to analyze that information.
Citizen is not driver, we are using him as a driver.
Sorry guys, if someone not speaking, please one mute.
Might not create him.
Please turn off your mic, please. Please turn off your mic, please.
Yeah.
You'll be asked to on your mic when the facilitator requests for that. But for now, please, everyone, turn off your mic, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just trying to bring up the real-time experience.
Sorry, Mohammed. Sorry to cut in. Apology. All right. Hello. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed.
Yep. Tell me, please.
So sorry to
No
interrupt.
No problem.
So is there any way the organizers can totally mute us from the back end, and so when anyone wants to speak, should please raise his or her hand to speak, please, so that we won't just be interjecting. Thank you.
Okay, we are doing that now. So,
sorry, Tony, or possibly go to the settings, make it impossible for anyone to unmute this.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's doing that already. He's doing that already.
Okay. We are doing that already. So if you want to speak, just raise up your hand and we'll be allowed to speak. And if you are finished speaking and you please drop your hands digitally down. You know how to raise and remove your hands, please. Okay, thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you so much, guys, for your understanding. Just to ensure that everyone, because we have a large participants, so just to ensure that everyone is understanding the things. So I've just lost my screen share. I'll just quickly redraw the thing. So this was the information that I was having. So this time I'll use a paint window to just tell you some interesting aspects. So why do I use, rather than having a presentation, why do I use this old school method, guys? Just to add the inputs from you also. If you ask me something, Arif, my work is so and so, and in business intelligence or data science, where that aspect comes from. So I can edit that diagram and I can show you. Okay. So now I'll just add up a box. I'll just signals of this size. Let me just keep this aside. Okay, so now this is the first step. Now this is my second one, second source of information. This is third source of information. This is fourth source of information, and the continuous, guys. I'll tell you what is the importance of this n number of different informations. Okay, so now this is my integration, and this is my storage. This is my analysis, and finally, this is my business decisions. I'll just type this. I'll just type this video information, and then I'll type audio, then textual information, and then I'll tell my intelligence. Okay, so now from this I got information in this way. I'm just trying to sense of things. Now I'll just make this part, Control C, and I'll just add this thing. Okay, that's okay, no problem. I'll just keep it like this, and I will just have it this way, and then I'll just have this, and this information is flowing in from this direction to this direction. I'll just add a symbol. Okay. Then I'll just add text here. This is my integration. This we usually call it as ETL. Stands for extract, transform, and load. This is storage. We call it as data warehouse. And then finally, we call this analysis. Analysis, and this is the decision making. Now, over to you. Now, tell me one thing, guys. What I was speaking about the project selling a mobile phone. So various information I have to do. I have to understand what I was doing. A quick confirmation. I'm audible? Team, I'm audible? Anthony, anyone?
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're audible.
Yep. Thank you about that. So now, so this is my project started, and after 5 years, I thought my sales are going down. How should I improve my sales? Or I want to step into the business where a lot of many competitors are there. How I need to understand my potential. What is the target audience I have to try to capture? What features I have to bring into my mobile phones so that many people will start purchasing my mobile phone. So all these, why do I do? Why do I do all these things, guys? Just to ensure I outperform my competitors. I outperform my competitors. I ensure this to do. As a owner of any firm. Now, I, being a data analytics consultant or a data science consultant, I don't own a company. Anthony, I don't own a company. Then why should I do this? You might ask me now. Earlier, I was purchasing a mobile phone and I was getting into purchasing of mobile phone. So I wanted this to make worth of what I'm spending. Now, I'm not purchasing a mobile phone. Then why should I do this business intelligence? Say Samsung, Apple, phone companies. Why don't they do it for themselves? Why do they hire us? Why do they hire us? Get guys? When I tell business science, data scientist, I'll go and work for a firm, right? Isn't it?
Okay, you can. Sorry for cutting short. Someone is raising up his hand.
Yep.
You did not rename yourself. You need to rename yourself so you can unmute and reply him. Please, everyone should rename themselves.
Yes.
So
please.
I can be able to call on you when you want to answer a question. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Sorry, I had to unmute myself because I actually indicated my interest. All right. Reason for that is because you have how to actually interact with this data, how to get this data, you know how to source for them. And the business owner just really need the end product, which is the decision making, to actually outsmart his competitors. That is, instead of him having to go through this rigor of sourcing for the video data, audio, text, having to process it, which was what you have just outlined for us. It's not only enough to get these data; they have to be processed. Exactly. They have to be put through these stages before now seeing how the decision making come to being. So it is only the person that actually have that skill first as a business or data analyst or data scientist or data engineer, because you could be able to process data, you know how to actually wrangle or deal with error in data and all of that. If it's not properly stored or if it is stored wrongly, all right, something can go wrong. That means a decision maker who is a business owner can actually get a wrong data and then take a wrong decision in terms of trying to outsmart his competitors, and he will not get the desired result. So you will need to look at, okay, how will this data really help me in making the right decision? I haven't seen that, okay, this is actually the proper process to actually follow. So that's the reason why data scientists or data analytics are actually hired, or they need their decision, they need their skill in terms both for meeting the need of the consumers or the customers. So and the business owner needs this to actually reach decision making as well too.
Yes, you are absolutely right. But I would take another approach for here that became too technical. Thank you so much. But you are absolutely correct. But in a technical terms, if I continue with my way of telling the example that I took, now tell me guys, this is the question for everyone. If I ask you, in order to present the information, in the sense, we study entire year or entire 6 months we study in order to just write a 3 hours exam, correct? Just to produce the result in 3 hours, I study for 6 months or 1 year I study. Why do I do that? Because I need to remember a lot of information. Now, if I tell you the same thing, why do I need this process is, it's not possible for a normal human being to process all this information. Now, when I tell data science is needed, data analytics is needed, it's not like I will do 1 month of analysis and the next day I will get the insights. No, I want this on a real time nowadays, because market is changing very rapidly. Market out there changing very rapidly. Today I get a 1 brand mobile phone, guys, and tomorrow I'll get earlier I had triple camera mobile phones. Now suddenly I have 4 cameras mobile phone, quad cam. Now tomorrow there is possibility that it will be enhanced, and without prior notice it will be enhanced. So don't we think the market is changing very rapidly, and is it easy to adapt the changes in a matter of a day or a night? No. Now you tell me, if a mobile phone manufacturer, if you ask him, no, I'm not selling the mobile phone, why don't you do your analysis by yourself? If you tell him, then that guy, the owner of that particular firm or an organization or a team of them, will they concentrate on selling the mobile phone, or they will concentrate on learning these tools and techniques? So they will do what they are good at. And now they are hiring us to do something what we are good at. And now I will tell you why this becomes a challenge. Now, if today's analysis, I want to take a decision tomorrow, and I have a huge amount of data, and the information that is coming from the different types of sources are in different structure. I'm just giving an analogy, guys, but I will tell you the tools and techniques needed here. I will tell you that also. Which tools is work for integration, which tools are needed for storage, which tools are used for analysis. Then we will go into the data visualization. So before getting into data visualization, you should be knowing what is the importance of that in the entire BI cycle. Tomorrow, if someone asks you, yes, why do we do analysis? Then you should be in a state, yes, this is a challenge that we have currently in the market, and this is how I will help an organization to overcome that. You should be able to tell that. And now in the next session, guys, in the next session, we'll be learning a tool, Power BI. There is a Microsoft tool that we'll be learning, an introduction for that thing. An entire session is being given for that. So now, to go to the data visualization, I have to understand the entire picture. Why I have to use that tool? What are the aspects of that tool? Why only that tool? Why not some other tools? I have to understand that. So now, the complexity is involved in this. I'll just try to help you. So now, the information. First challenge is is in this phase. First challenge is in this phase. What is the challenge here in this phase? Data integrity problems. Data integrity problem. So how do you say the data is not in a standard structure? Something, if you want to analyze, guys, you want the data to be stored in a unified format. So I have told an example just now. If I start speaking in Hindi, and if someone starts speaking in some French, Spanish, each one of us, then at the end of the day, you'll tell Arif has not taught us anything about data science or data analytics. Ultimately, that will be the result. The same thing will happen here if I don't have this information. Yes, the difference between ETL and ELT, it's one of the same flavor, but comes on the performance side. ETL means extract, transform, and load. Yeah, someone is
okay. I think someone wants to ask a question. Jay, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? He said, "What is the difference between ETL and ELT?"
Yes. So Jay, I'll tell you one thing here. This is a concept of data modeling. So after this, immediately, I will have one schematic diagram where I will define how the tables of information are speaking to each other. At that time, I will answer this question with the proper justification for you. Just if you could just hold on for 10-15 minutes, you'll get this answer. Okay, I'll make sure to answer this question, because if I just tell you now in words, it will be like 50% of information. So I'll tell you with the diagrams. Okay. Now, ETL. So this is the main challenge for us. First time, do you know, guys, what is the ratio of this part of information and this part of information? How much a data scientist spends time? This entire part that a data analytics consultant or a data scientist does spend this entire span of time. So now I will tell, this is worth remembering. 75% of the time is spent on data cleaning. Data cleaning. And once the data is clean, just 25% of the efforts are spent in presentation. of time for presentation. So now, which is very much important, guys? Data cleaning is very much important. And why do we spend 75% of time? Just think. Why? I'll tell you one good reason. Now, some of the times to get structured data, perfect. Ultimately, that is the goal for us. Any information. So now, guys, I will give you one example again. This is for the ones who are from non-technical background or who are from college pass outs. So I'm just trying to bring in the real-time world examples. So just it will be a foundation in you that why some specific things are done. Guys, anyone who is college pass out, if I give you a textbook, good data may result in good analysis, perfect. What is meant by good? What is meant by good then? Yes, I will tell you what is meant by good. Anyone who is a college pass out, if I give you a book, it's not in the shape of book. It's not in the shape of book, it's in shape of papers. It's not arranged. It's just words written somewhere. One paper is there. I have written one paragraph. I have written another paragraph, and I have written another paragraph. So I have written in that way, and I have given you a bunch of papers, hundreds of papers. I have given a bunch, and I'll tell you tomorrow is your exam. You have to read this, and I will ask you questions. You will straightforward tell me, have you gone mad or what? Isn't it, Anthony? Don't you tell me that? Anyone?
Yes, I will.
You will tell me that. Anyone, guys? Anyone? Just raise your hand who wants to speak, who wants to interact with me, and we will unmute. We'll just unmute yourself and speak. Yes, because it's an open discussion. The inputs that I get from you, based on that, I will understand what is your expertise level and what things I have to share with you. Because of that, the main reason I don't prepare a presentation. If the guys who prepare a presentation, guys, they have their set of information, but I don't follow that. Why do I don't follow that? Because I do handle trainings for freshers also, I do handle trainings for laterals also, and this in this training sessions also, I got a question from Jay telling that what is the difference between ETL and ELT, but some of the participants, we don't even know that. What is ETL? And if I tell him right now the difference between ETL and ELT, which is not present in my presentation or PowerPoint, then everyone will lose their interest. Jay, because of this, the main reason I have told you to hold on. Don't mind on that. Am I making sense, Jay?
Yes, you are.
Yes. So I just want to bring everyone on the same page, at least at the understanding perspective. Okay. Ensure to go on mute. After you speak, ensure to go on mute, guys. Just to have a good understanding. Okay. So now, anyone of just passed out their engineering or grads in the this one, numbers field. Yep. So if I told you, coming back to my question, if I give you a bunch of papers, hundreds of bunch of papers, and the information is very random. Information is very random, and just one page, one paragraph, one page, one paragraph I'll write, some sentences I'll write, and I'll give you the information, and I'll tell you prepare for your exam. How many of us will tell, yes, Arif, it's not possible at all for me. You have not given a proper study material to me, then how can I prepare for my exam? Will you tell? Don't you?
Yes, Arif.
Yes, you will tell. And you will ask me, so give me a perfect notes. Yes, perfect notes or perfect book you give me. So that means the data is not structured. The data is not structured in the sense I have not divided my book that I have given to you in pages. In the index, I don't have an index there. I don't have an index. I have not divided in the chapters. In the chapters, I have not divided the particular conceptual wise understanding. I have not divided that. So the data itself is not in a structure, and some of the words are missing. Some of the sentences I have omitted. So that's not a right thing, right? So at your personal level, when you can think this and tell me straightforward that Arif, the information that you have given is not correct, give me the correct information, then think. A system which doesn't have its own mind, what will be its state? So it will be blank. You ask some question and it can't answer anything. So data is not in structure. So every time the best way to store an information in a structured way. We like cleanliness in our home also. We keep our things, everything arranged. Why? We like structure. And when we have structure of information, I will spend less time to get that understanding from that information. If I keep something randomly at my home, then at the time of emergency or when it's very urgent for me to get that information, I'll not get that thing. The same thing is happening here also. So data cleaning, data cleansing, data scrubbing, these are all synonyms of that. Guys, anyone experienced, guys, feel free to contribute here. We would love to hear from you also. Data wrangling too. Jay is telling that. Yes. So now just think, guys.
Data visualization.
Yes. Data visualization is second part still. I have not gone to data visualization still. I'm just thinking about the arrangement of the data still. Data visualization, yes, is the next part. Now, anything which is not structured.
Hello, can I contribute?
Yes, please go ahead. Would love to.
Yeah, this is Toby. Okay, so from what you saying we should have one thing in mind.
Yes.
That most of the applications that we fetch data from like from the OEMs or from the core banking applications, they don't have the plan to put in data cleanliness activities into their solutions. The forms that accept input are majorly to accept input and not to clean or to check some maybe the validations, maybe they are right or not. Especially, okay, we are looking at date column now, date form.
Yes.
And you are expected to enter the right date.
Yes.
But you entered the wrong date.
Yes.
Since it's date, it will accept it.
Yes.
So, but for us, the data analyst now need to look at that data.
Yes.
And do some data wrangling, some data validation, EDAs.
Yes.
To make sure that data is suitable for analytics.
Perfect.
So that is the 75% that you specified now.
Exactly.
And bulk of the work is around that side.
Yes. Rest of the work will become very much easy.
This is my
Thank you so much for adding this thing. Just to give you an add-on for the ones who have less experience here. Guys, what is the strength here? May I know what is the strength? 70 to 80%, correct? If we give a feedback form here to you guys, I'll give you a real-time example of why do we need data cleaning. If I give you a feedback form and I will give you a couple of fields there, date, your name, and then feedback in numbers. What are the different aspects that you are giving your feedback? And then I'm damn sure that many of us will change the date formatting. Someone will use DDMMYYY. Someone will use DDMMYY. Someone will use MMDDYYYY. And someone will use month in names. Don't we use that? If a human is reading that feedback forms, then he will easily understand that because intelligence is there. But if I feed that your information, I want to see, and I want to see my rating, what Arif has delivered to the participants, whether it has justified the purpose of spending this 4 hours on a day or no. If someone wants to see how many persons have given more than 4 rating, how many persons have given less than 1 rating, how many percent have not even given 1 rating. If I want to see, then I have to divide them, right, based on what day you have given. If a human is doing this, then he will do that. This is what exactly what to addition to Jay's point. Jay, did you get it correct? What I have taken an example. So now, in order to do this investigation, system will not understand this, guys. So I have to write that in system, telling that if different formats are there, treat the different data formats as one only, and then translate that into a unified format. Either it is DDMMYYYY or any other data format you want. So this is called a data cleaning. And now, if I ask you to give your phone number in the same feedback, some of you will not give that phone number. Some of you will not give your email IDs. That is also data cleaning. And someone might do a mistake in their Gmail IDs or Outlook IDs. So that is a basic kind of data cleaning, guys. So just think about the web forms. Huge information, hundreds of fields are there that a person is filling. How many fields that he might miss? Just think, a same name, how many different representations are there? My name is Arif. You can spell it as ARIF. And someone, if I ask someone, tell Arif, that's I'm telling they might think double ARIF. So it's different, right? So don't you think if I want to see Arif has done how much good work, then I have to filter Arif. Then you will see in your chart Arif and Arif. Double ARIF is there, ARIF is there. Then you will think, yes, which Arif is correct? Data integrity issues. So all these are basic data cleanings. So 75% of the time a person spend in data cleaning. So do I need to do this every day? Every day I have collected the information. Every day I collect the information, and every day my manager wants to see that chart. So that means every day I have to spend 75% of my time. So 8 hours the work I'm doing, 6 hours I have to spend doing this only. No, there are tools to do this. You have to program that tool. You have to program that tool, and you have to schedule that task every day. Whenever the data is present here, whenever the data is present here or here or here, this will get triggered. This step will get triggered. What it does, it will go here, get the information and come back here, and it will start processing the information based on the logic that I have built. And logic, how did I build the logic? I know, for example, ARIF both should be same. That I will write in a code. See, it is a SQL code. I'll write in a SQL code. So what is SQL? I'll tell you now. So now this is needed. So now I don't want to do that every time. So I have tools like Informatica. I have IBM Data Stage. I have Talent. And finally, I have this everyone's favorite, Python. So I have tools for this. So now tell me, will a Samsung owner will concentrate on selling his phones, or he will learn these technologies? Guys, you might be thinking that RF is just taking a silly analogies. Yes, but these are the real-time challenges. The analogy might be silly, but yes, we are hitting on the bullseye of the challenges from the ground level. Anyone disagree with me? Anyone wants to add up something that I have missed here or something I went wrong? Makes sense, right? Totally makes sense what I'm telling.
And also, you had SSIS.
Yes, that's SSRS is a reporting.
Available.
SSIS. Yes, you are right. SSIS. Yes, Microsoft product that is. Microsoft SQL Server Integration Services. SSIS. Many tools are there, guys. And tell me, Samsung owner who has established the organization, will he keep learning these tools in order to do that, or he will concentrate on selling his phones? Obviously, he will do good at what he is good at. He will do what he is good at, and he is hiring us to clean the data that he is getting from the different sources. He is hiring us. You as a data scientist, you as a data analyst, you as a business analyst, we are being hired. Even today, I do the same work in my organization. Even I do the same work. Yes, I have been hired by some organization, say XYZ organization, to help them on these efforts. Now you will tell me, Arif, what's the big thing in this? You are scheduling everything and it's getting happening. Okay, no. But now another challenge is there. Here, tools and techniques I have mentioned. Tools is there and why they are used. You got to know now. Now I'll give you another challenge here. So I'm just introducing you to the technologies, guys. So data analytics is a big umbrella of n number of technologies. And I'm just introducing you to the technologies, and I'm taking you to the technology that we are concentrating on in this today program. Now, I will give you another challenge that business will come across. Guys, anyone do remember back in the year of 2005 or 2000, what is the social media sites that were available? Facebook, Twitter, yes, 2005, 2010. And how many users were there at that time? Hope you are noting down. What are the ETL tools and what are the which tools are used? What is meant by ETL? Extract, transform, and load. And then what are the tools used in that technology, that part of the technology. Hope you are noting down this. Okay. Now, coming back to my question. Guys, back in the year of 25 or 2005, that late 90s, that IT revolution came into picture. Before that, do we remember how much data was getting generated globally? Just in few hundred gigs of data was getting generated every day. But now, after that, back in the year when Android applications or Android phones picked up in the market, many people started using Android phones and many web applications came into existence. Say it as YouTube. Guys, anyone back in the year, back 15-20 years back, anyone remember YouTube? Anyone used to use YouTube? Jay, did you use YouTube back 10-15 years back? How many of us, guys? Many of us didn't use that, because at that time data was not more and sophisticated technologies were not required. No one. Yes. Now what made, as and when data, so now just remember guys, the video, if I just upload a 10 minutes video on YouTube, then it will take more than hundreds of megabytes of information. And now how did YouTube categorize that information? Immediately it does. Immediately the YouTube categorizes your information, whether what category of information it is. If you don't give that inputs also, it will ask the inputs there. What kind of, is it an informational, educational, or lifestyle, or transport, anything. It will ask you the information. But if you don't add also, then automatically YouTube categorizes that. How it does? Ask yourself. And I ask this myself also, how it does. Analytics. And now data is in video. Data might be in text that you enter there. Earlier the information was small. Now think the challenge for YouTube. Every second, 100 videos on YouTube. Millions of users are uploading pics on the Facebook. Hundreds of millions of users are uploading their pics on Instagram. Millions of tweets are being done every second. Now, for an organization like in today's world, if I live 1 month, the technology is getting changed rapidly, guys. Have back in the 5 to 10 years before, have you thought Python will get so much popularity? Anyone thought that? This is the best language in the world currently, which was earlier Java. Now the Python has become the most popular programming language. How? The technology got rapidly changed. Visual Basics, okay, not much. It's not a ETL tool, I would tell. Not much into that, but we write scripting there to complete, but it doesn't have its own storage, right? In-memory storage is not available there. So not much idea on this Visual Basics, because so far in any organization we have not used Visual Basics explicitly for the ETL. But yes, macros, sometimes we write macros there to do some transformation. Yes, you can consider that. Visual Basics. Yeah, macros. Yes. Macro, why do you use macro? To transform your information, correct? To do some transformation in Excel files. Yeah. So yes, we can consider, but I will tell you what are the challenges in VBA when I go forward. Yes. Now think, I'm introducing you to some new technologies again. What came into existence when the data size got increased. So now for a company like Samsung, now today they have today they have collected the information, and tomorrow immediately they want to see the analysis. Yes, they want to see the result. Yes, yesterday I collected some information and today morning I want to see the result of that analysis and I want to take a business decision. You'll think, hold on, just to read a book and represent that in a 3 hours exam I took 6 months, and yesterday you have collected information and you are asking me to present it now. Will you tell him? Will you tell a business user like this? No, he will not accept. He will not accept. So even that brought a challenge to me. The boom in the data size that we are interacting with, that increased the complexity again. That increased the complexity of the information, and now I don't have any other way to my business user is asking me, Arif, you have collected information today and tell me the result now. I have a board meeting now and I have to take some decisions, important business decisions I have to take. Tell me what you have found, what analysis you have done, show me the visuals, show me the charts. How can I tell him? You will go to your owner and ask. I will go to the owner of the company and I'll ask, sir, I can't do this. I can't do this. If you want this to be done, just give me 10 days of time. I will do it. Or else give me 10%. I will do it in a single day. Don't you tell this, Jay? Either give me 10 days of time or give me 10% to do this task. I will give you the result in today, one day itself. Because data size is increased, data variety got increased. Now, one person is not possible. Am I making sense? Guys, is it boring? Or we are thinking, yes, from the real-time perspective, what challenges are there? And this is what you're going to see also when you go into the organization. I'm audible? A quick confirmation if I'm audible. Let me just check if I am unmuted.
You're audible. You're audible.
Thank God. Thank God. Okay. Anthony, so just tell me, don't you tell your supervisor that, sir, you are expecting something more from me. If I just sit for 24 hours also, I can't do that. So it needs 10 days of time. Either you give me 10 days of time or give me 10 persons whom I can guide and get your work done. Don't you tell this?
Yes, I will do that now. So
Definitely you will do that.
Yes.
Definitely you will do that. And that is what this thinking, someone wise person converted it into a technology. Some wise person converted this into a technology. The technology name is big data. The technology name is Teradata. The technology name is Hadoop. Hadoop is a framework. I'm telling you as a technology. Hadoop, Hive, Spark. Guys, yes, Jay, you have got it right. Spark, real-time processing of the data. So some wise person thought this as an opportunity to show something to the world. Yes, rather than when a person can implement this parallel working and guide, someone can guide other persons. Why can't a machine do that? Why can't a machine do and process large amount of information in a small time? Yes, someone thought that and built up these technologies. What it does, what this technology does. And one more example, guys. Now, I can see a live cricket match or a live football match in a 4K resolution from any corner of the world. Same 4K file, if you just have it on your laptop, it will be in gigs of space. And without even a means 10 to 15 seconds delay, hardly it will be 2 to 3 seconds delay. It will be not more than that. How is it possible? Don't you think, guys, this is the things that we should think? Does this concept strike your mind? Yes. How is that possible? How is it happening? Live telecast is happening from any corner of the world in 4K resolutions. If I try to have that in a space, that will be gigs of memory it needs. Think, guys, how is it possible? Large information getting processed parallelly. Now, the technology, how it works. I have a main instructor and n number of workers under it. It will instruct, it will instruct, it will instruct, instruct, and it will instruct. This I will call as a, in big data technologies name, I call it as name node. Anyone who is familiar with big data technologies, this is name node, and this I will call it as data node or a slave node. Data node or slave node. So what am I doing here? Being a master and slaves, yes. So what I will do, I will just instruct name node, yes, do this task for me. What this name node does, you know, it will divide that task into subtask. It will assign that information to each and everything, and it will see, yes, who is doing at what speed, who is doing at how much information is processing. It will divide equal information into n number of systems, and it will assign them, and it's name node's responsibility to get back this information from each and every source and give it to the system. Anthony, you used to do the same thing. If your superior asked you, Anthony, do this in one day, you'll ask, yes, give me some additional peoples, I'll get it done. You'll tell that, right?
Yes, I have to tell them now so that it make my work easier.
Yeah, see, the system is doing now. Now we don't have that reason also, excuse also. We don't have that excuse also now. So these are the technologies which processes the information. So I'll just retype this. If anyone wants to note it down, you can note it down. Just please feel to add any of your thoughts here. Please. Big data technologies. Big data. Yes. Big data, Teradata. Then Hadoop is a framework that comes under big data. Yes, Hadoop is a framework. Then MapReduce. This is the technique again. Anyone, I'm just telling the names. It might not be that the technologies itself in itself. Okay, MapReduce is done. Spark, the live real-time information processing. Hive. Pig. So now still, guys, still we have not gone to the second part of our BI cycle still. And now see, so much of stuff, so much of knowledge is there in the first half only. So much of knowledge and so much of stuffs are there in the first half only. So I have given you the problems also, and I have given you the solutions also. The technology names I have given, and I have told you why we are being hired here till this point, till the second stage. And big data flexibility is, it can process structured data, unstructured data, yes, and semi-structured data. It can process this information. So there is more advantages for me again. So I told data should be in structure. What is the best structure? We'll be dealing with that now after I complete this. Any doubts here so far? We'll take up a questions here till this point. A quick 2 minutes of pause to get questions from you. Guys, do you feel the concepts as interesting? A quick confirmation on the chat window would be appreciated. If you think yes, these are interesting and we can relate to our day-to-day life also. And yes, there is some problem in day-to-day life, and the solution, yes, comes from the technology, and we can relate that. Anthony says yes, Jay says yes. Others? Yes. Paul says the most of us the terms are new. Yes. Christopher says yes. Moses says yes, yes. Yes, for many of us, the concepts are new. Someone says, so someone says we have confusion. Anyone has confusion, please feel free to unmute yourself and speak, guys. Anyone? Christopher, what confusion do you have? Please feel free to ask me, because your question might be a solution for someone else's question.
Okay.
Anyone?
Okay.
Please.
Hello, Sujata. Okay. Oh, sorry, Mohammed. Would like to go on a 15 minutes break. I don't know if it will be after this, after they answer these questions.
We'll take a quick Q&A for 5-10 minutes.
Then
After
let's
that,
go
we'll
on a 15 minutes break. Then after we should come back.
Sorry, didn't get you.
I didn't get.
I'm audible?
Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I said there's supposed to be a 15 minutes break, and so I was thinking after this they finish answering questions for now, then we'll go on a 15 minutes break, then we'll come back.
We'll take a Q&A and then we'll take a 15 minutes break. Anyone, we are open to questions because someone has mentioned that it's confusing. Yes, many of us says yes, it's interesting and we could relate with our day-to-day life. Yes, guys. Invention of bulb happened because why? Because there was darkness. Correct, right? Only when there is a problem, someone will think of a solution.
Hello, Arif.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you so much. It's been quite eye-opening and it's quite intense. I won't say it's a challenge, but because it's coming to some of us as new, so it will take us a while to wrap our head around it. So, like I said in the comment, I like the concept of which you are taking it. You know, you are trying to make it more engaging as possible. I appreciate that. However, because it's new to some of us, it will take a while for us to get it. So I will appreciate if the video will be shared, the record will be shared afterwards. So we might then take our time to actually internalize it and see the implication of all the things you said in our day-to-day activity. Because if we are to continue to ask questions, we may not achieve our goal. You understand? So that's just my own.
I totally agree with you. So at this time, even though we are understanding the concept, it might not be possible for us to come up with the questions immediately. So if the video is available after this session, we can go through that video and come back with the questions tomorrow. This is what you are expecting.
I agree with you, sir.
Yep. So do we have Sujata or someone with us? I'll just connect with the team and I'll let you know on this immediately after the break. Okay? Will that help? May I know your good name to whom I'm speaking just now?
Thanks, Arif. My name is Paul.
Yes, Paul. Okay, Paul. We will ensure that you will get some information on this. Okay? I got your query.
Thank you.
Anyone else, guys? Yes. Someone says, yes, it's a good suggestion. Anthony says, yes. Okay. Yes, you will be having that study material, not an issue. Guys, do you understand now why I don't prefer PowerPoint presentation? The guy who has PowerPoint presentation, he has his own set of information in his mind and he will explain that. But coming to someone's individual expertise level and picking you from there, it's a challenge. And hope we are justifying that. Anyone don't agree with this point? Just guys, feel free guys, we are into a discussion. You are learning something and yes, can you please explain name node again? Yes, I will do that. I will do that. What is meant by name node? I will do that again. Yeah. So I'll just take a moment here before I take up this question. I'll note down this. No problem. No problem. It will not take more than 2 minutes for us to come back there. And even Jay will help me to explain what is name node. Don't you, Jen? Jay? Okay. So guys, anyone feeling any challenges? Because ultimately we are here to help you out. With the concepts and at the basic level. Forget about it, guys. Even after 9 to 10 years of experience, I am not perfect even that half of these concepts, to be frank enough, because it takes one's career to be perfect in the entire cycle. My expertise in data visualization. I work on Tableau, I work on ClickView, I work on ClickSense, I work on SQL, I work on Power BI. But integration, yes, I do have some basic knowledge on integration. That's it. And now someone will ask me a question. After this, we learn this everything. What is the domain that we might be working on? Yes, if you work on the integration part, you will be called as a data engineer. This part, collection and storing, if you work on this part, you will be called as a data engineer. Then if you work on the storage size, you will be called as a DBA. Then if you work on the analysis, you'll be called as a data visualization engineer or data visualization expert. And finally, when you work on the reaction side, then you will work as a business analyst. Yes, definitely. We'll be taking up a break now. I'll be not taking more questions. I'm just getting understanding from the participants if we are good so far. Anyone wants to add up anything, guys? So I'll clear all your doubts. If you get expertise in what field, what is the expected role for you in the organization? I'll clear these doubts. But the condition is you should show the interest. And hope we have holded everyone from 1.5 hour session. We have holded everyone together. Do we have everyone with us? Anyone lost your track?
Yeah.
Or
yes.
Not feeling that, yes, Arif is not making the session interesting? Anyone such?
Yeah, I think the class has been interesting so far. And we love the way that you have been able to break down the concept in such a way that one can understand. And it will, I'm sure none of us is expecting to know this overnight, because the person who is speaking have spent, just like you heard him, over 8 to 10 years experience in this. The most important thing here is for us to begin to think and spark that thought that, wow, these are the possibilities that are in data science, data analytics, business analytics, and so forth and so forth. It's just to arouse our interest and know the possibilities. And we know that 2 days or 1 day is practically impossible to know everything in details. But just to help you appreciate this whole thing and begin a journey for those who want to begin a journey in this area, to start to begin that journey now, knowing the possibilities that are available in this field.
And also, technologies also. We are understanding technologies also. If you are interested in data cleaning, what technologies you should concentrate on. If you are working on parallel processing, what technologies you have to concentrate on. This also we are giving you information, and it's a foundation steps for you guys. You can just Google them. You can just enroll yourself to those programs, and you'll have everything.
Yeah. So guys, because of the time of this course, it is very important that we don't overload you with information, because of the fact that I'm sure some of us already been a little bit overwhelmed, even though this is quite interesting. So we'll have a few minutes break just to relax ourselves so that we can come in, more ready for the last section of this training for today, and we can round up on time. Guys, we also have a lot of, so later we'll be sharing with you a more detailed program for all this. So we have a plan to arrange for a boot camp in partnership with KECCareers Education so that we can do something even more elaborate. This is just an introductory course, but we have something that will do that will be more elaborate than this, and you will have to try your hands on a lot of case study exercises and project and things like that. But for now, just take this as an introduction into the world of data. So in the next maybe 10-15 minutes, we'll be having break. So we'll come back, let's say around 4:15 now by my time. So maybe in the next 10 minutes, let's just do 10 minutes so that we can be able to round up on time. So by 4:25, we all will be here. So you can hang in here, you can go take a water, ease yourself, you just do some little exercise and come back. Yeah. So thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Great to have you all. We'll meet back in 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. To end. It's
by 4:24.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I don't know. Yeah,
Hello. Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Yeah, Muhammad, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm audible.
Oh, okay, you're audible. Okay,
Yeah.
Jumoke, please can you put down this slide so that Muhammad can continue?
Yeah.
Because we just have about 1 hour 30 minutes to round up this session. We are rounding up by 6 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Muhammad, you can take it up from here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your patience.
Okay, so quickly, let's take up any questions if you have, team. So far, it's been a wonderful participation from everyone, but I want to ensure that, especially the one who is getting confused, I want to make the concept clear, because with some intention we have joined the program. So that intention I want you to justify. Anyone here? So far, any questions here till this part? And what technologies are used? And what I do 75% of my time? Make sense? Okay, great. So now I'll just explain you some of the other concepts also. Then I will go a little bit of each and every technology that you have asked me. Someone has asked ETL and ELT, and someone has asked name node and data node. So I'll just give you some detailed information on that, so that it will be enough for you to get started and increase your interest. Is that okay to everyone? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Any other challenges that comes to your mind, guys? So far I have told you 2 challenges from this part only. So think from an organization level. Don't think at the personal level. First, start from the personal level and go till the organization level. That's what I'm doing here. I started at your individual level and then increasing the concept to an organization level. Okay, now let's get ahead. So now, after getting the information, after doing all cleaning, different types of cleaning techniques, so let me just open the chat window so that I'll get a track. Okay, is okay. I'll just keep this below so that I get okay. Yes, please go ahead. Is this you have not renamed yourself? May I know your name, please?
Please, guys, rename yourself. The default name that comes with the Zoom, I think is another name. So please just click on the button by the side of your name. You see a 3
okay, can you hear me?
And rename yourself.
Yes,
properly, please.
We can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, I would like to ask this question about the first aspect, that's data cleaning. Okay, after getting your data, be it video in form of text, after getting your data, you integrate them, right? Then you need to, if the data is unstructured, it needs to be structured, to be processed before you can now store them, then analyze them, then visualize them to make decision. So you gave us types of technologies, right? Used to analyze, used to structure unstructured data. Then you wrote another one. So it's kind of confusing. You said informatical, SSIS, data stage, talent, then Python. Don't ask. Are these stuffs a kind of an application that are being used to structure or structure data?
Yes.
Then you also wrote something again. You wrote big data.
Yes.
You wrote I can remember very well.
Yes.
So you
I have wrote big data, like Teradata.
So what are those used for? What are they used for?
Exactly. So don't get confused between the different names. The first names that I have written there, Informatica, Talent, so these are same products. Does the same things, but different companies are there. See, Samsung is one company, iPhone is one company, but they are ultimately selling the phones, right, with their own features. Ultimately, the work is same. Talent, Informatica, Python, these are the same thing. Data stage, these are the same thing, but different companies are selling this product. So now when you come to big data technologies, I give you an example. Which many of us have understood also. If your supervisor, I'm just repeating the example here, the same thing. Just try to relate this. If your supervisors give you a big task and ask you, may I know your name, please?
My name is Toyosi.
Yep. So if your supervisor is asking you a big task it has given you, and that will take 10 days. That will take 10 days, and he is asking you to give me the result tomorrow itself. What will you do?
Can you repeat that question? I can hear you clearly.
Okay. So if your supervisor give you a task and ask you for a result by tomorrow, but in actual, the task will take at least 10 days for you to complete.
Okay.
What will
so
you do?
That aspect, and it requires 10 days, and I can't do it within a day. I'll just tell my supervisor to give me 10 days for it.
Okay. Alternatively, what you can ask, if your manager tells, if your supervisor tells, no, I can't give you 10 days, then what will be the next approach that you will ask to him? You will ask, give me 10 peoples. I will delegate them their own task. They will complete and give it to me, and I will consolidate their work and give it to you.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, the big data is doing the same.
Like
the big data is doing the same thing.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I understand now. Thank you.
Yes. Real-time challenge leads to a technology invention. Yeah, big data does the same thing. I will explain you. Someone of us has asked me to explain name node once again. I will explain you how the big data does that stuff internally. Okay, I'll explain you that. But hopefully you understood the essence behind that. What is Teradata? What is big data? Okay. And nowadays a separate role has come, big data engineer. You might have seen that, right? Many portals will feel you will see that big data engineer requirements. Yes, what is big data engineer? Yes, they do these things efficiently. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So now guys, so till this part we have completed. Now after doing all those transformations, all those integration of information, I need to store that information in some place. The place I call it as data warehouse. Data warehouse. What is meant by a warehouse, guys? Why do we call it a data warehouse? Why don't we call it as a database? Database, everyone we knows that. What is a database? A database is a place where I can store information in a tabular format, columnar information in forms of tables I can store. So why this separate name data warehouse? Why not database only? Yes, so it's asking, it's a question regarding the recording of the video. Yes, we can just concerned person will get in touch with you on that. Okay. So coming back, Jay, Anthony, Christopher, anyone else, anyone can just unmute yourself and tell me here, database. Are we aware of what is meant by a database? A database is a place where I can store my information in a tabular format. Tables of information I can create. Columns and rows information will be there. I call it as a database. Then why I should have used the same information here also, right? Because I'm structuring the data, I'm converting that into a structure, so it's called a database. Then why the data warehouse name coming? Data warehouse is where we have different multiple databases. No, it's something different. But good guess. Thank you so much for your input. At least that shows we are participating. I appreciate that. Anyone else?
Yeah, can I speak?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's probably the difference to me, my own understanding. I think it's database and data.
Okay, no problem.
Data warehouse has has this capability to handle structure and unstructured data?
Sure, no problem. I'll tell you why we call it as a data warehouse. Warehouse, large storage. Database could be a small or large. It could be small or large, but data warehouse, when I tell data warehouse, it is large only. For example, if my organization is 100 years old, then all the 100 years of information should be available in data warehouse. I cannot remove a single information from the data warehouse. In database, I can delete the information, insert, update, and delete. I can do 3 operations in database, but data warehouse, we don't do frequent deletions. We don't do frequent updations. Only it is insert. Why? Because I want the historical data also. And you will ask me, why do we need historical data? Why do we need historical data? You'll ask me now. I'm not updating the information. I'm not deleting information very frequently, but I'm storing from the time my organization has been built. Since that time, I'm storing all the information. What is the need of storing, guys?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Godspar. I think the reason why we need a data warehouse is for reference purpose, so that we can track back our records for some future decisions to be made, or maybe for reference purposes, for reference purposes.
Yes, reference purpose also is needed, and I will tell you a strong understand. Yes, to understand trends. Yes, we got a good answer here. What is meant by trends? History matching and others. Jay says one more answer. Yes, but why do I need a particular? In particular, if I tell you a simple example. If I tell you, I will have a simple example. Do not worry, guys. I'll make it very simple so that you can start thinking on that. Why do we need long informations? Historical information, data warehouse, and it is a large size, and we don't update or delete more information. We just keep on adding incrementally. Every day, every week, every month, we keep on adding on an incremented basis. We can do our analysis. So now, why do we need this? First reason is, when I tell business intelligence, here, intelligence, this aspect. Warehousing is cheap. Okay, you say warehousing is cheap. If you tell, how come you tell warehousing is cheap, Jay? From what perspective you tell data warehousing is cheap? Because if I increase the space of my database, then I have to pay more, right? Because performance issues will come and I have to maintain it better way. From the perspective of data management, yes. But one more advantage is there. Why particularly data warehouse? So data warehousing is cheap. That is a second aspect. That is the maintenance of database. But from the data science perspective, you tell me. I have an example for you. Why from the data science perspective, why data warehousing concept is important. So intelligence. So I told business intelligence from the past. In past, what happened? I will analyze what did I do in the past so that I can take future decisions. So because of that, I want to have this information. Now I'll take a simple example. One more example. Guys, have a look. Most of us drive bike, I know. I'll just give one more simple example for you guys to understand. Okay, bike or car. Okay, take bike or car. Let's take, this is time. Okay, warehouse. So how come it's different with data? Didn't get your question here. Can you just unmute yourself and speak? Distance, time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So guys, this will be more on the statistics parts now. Statistics part. If anyone is interested in statistics or you have learned statistics, I'll make you think now. So now guys, think I have started with a bicycle. I have a bike and I have started riding a bicycle. So I left my home to a destination I want to go. This is time and this is distance that I have traveled. At 1 minute, I have covered 1 kilometer. At second minute, I have covered 2 kilometers. At third minute, I have covered 3 kilometers. At fourth minute, I have covered 4 kilometers. Now tell me guys, at fifth minute, where will I be?
5 kilometers.
How can you tell that? How can you tell that? I'll be on 5 kilometers. So fifth is my present. Fifth point is my present, and this is my history. This is my history. Without history, can I predict my current or future without history?
No.
No, right? And now what data warehouse does?
No.
It stores history of information also. Now, tell me the concept of population and sample. Anyone from statistics field here, you should be able to tell it. Sample and population.
Hello.
Sample is an integral part of the population. Like taking a fractional part of.
Yes, a fraction of population is sample. Okay, a fraction of population is sample. Now, if my population, if my sample size is more and more, then I can predict my future more accurately. Agree?
Sure, yes.
The number of samples, if I have more at the back end, this sample, see, if I have samples more, then I can predict with more accuracy, 75% accuracy, 80% accuracy, 90% accuracy. I can predict my outcome in the next future immediately, what will happen. I can predict like that. So this population means what? Entire data from the organization started. This is called my data warehouse. Data warehouse population. And sample, I take small amount of this information and try to predict my output, or means I try to understand my future, and that technology is called machine learning. Machine learning, deep learning. Yes. Many of us have learned that, right? What we do in machine learning, we develop models. See, we develop a model. Model means a line, a trend line. A line could be a linear line. It could be a linear. Linear means y equal to x is y equal to x. It could be a quadratic. It could be a quadratic algorithm. It could be a logistic algorithm. Logistic regression. This is nothing but a model, stepped algorithm. So what we are doing here, we are feeding my sample of information to these algorithms. I will take a sample of information and I'll feed to my algorithm, and it will develop my model here like this, which will suit best to my information. Now tell me guys, in order to do this kind of analysis, in order to get into the machine learning, get into the deep learning, get into the AI feature of my data, don't I need a large data set information? If I give you just 2 minutes of information and I'll try to predict you third minute, you'll tell me I don't have enough samples. I don't predict the future so immediately. Only 2 minutes passed and I've covered 2 kilometers. Then third minute, I'm not sure what is going to happen. But if I give you 100 minutes trend and then you ask me what is 101st minute, what will happen? You will tell me, yes, I have a large set of information which will tell me, yes, probability is more for 101th occurrence to be correct. If I give you just 2 instances and I'll ask you to predict third instance, then you'll tell me, or if I just have less evidence, less concrete evidence I have, so I can't predict the outcome. So that gave rise to machine learning, and we call it as forecast analysis or predictions. Using this, we can do forecasting or predictions. And the technology name that we give here is machine learning or deep learning for this. Isn't it interesting, guys, to see what they are doing? Yes, even I do the same thing today in my organization. I do have done for many clients. I have used this. So I keep on running the machine learning algorithms with the different samples. Jay, you want to add something here as you have some knowledge on this? Am I making sense? Am I true? This is what you do being a data manager, or your team does? Please unmute yourself and speak so that it will be enlightening for the other participants as well. Paul says yes. Thank you so much. So guys, every technology that you come across, the word data science is an umbrella. It's an umbrella. Data science is an umbrella. And in that umbrella, I have many technologies. I have many technologies that one should learn. Obviously, it will take time. See guys, where we started our understanding. We started from a raw information, from a basic individual level. And we expanded our knowledge to an organization level. So beautiful. And then we are not just making decision for immediate present. After seeing the back data, history data, I'm not taking the decision for immediate present. I am very much interested to know what will be the future. Forecasting, predictions, machine learning. We feed the machine to learn the instances, what happened in the future, back in the past, and tell me what is my future. So beautifully. And someone of us might think that it's out of a kind of magic. No guys, it's not a magic. It's purely mathematics. Anyone who has learned integration and differentiations like calculus in mathematics, you'll be very much easy to relate it. And especially when I was in college, I neglected my mathematics, guys. I have scored very much less in mathematics, but when I understood the importance of that mathematics, that analytics, calculus in my data science, then it gave me more interest to go back and learn the concept. Yes, it's mathematics. Now someone will come and tell you, how come a mathematics be used in the IT industry? Yes, it is used in order to give your algorithms. It will, in order to understand the predictions like this. To define the models so that I can predict in future if something happens, then I can easily, without spending less time, I can tell, yes, this is the probability of occurrence and this will happen. And that is why we are being hired from one perspective. And what tool does this? This tool, this is done in the analysis phase. This all information is done in analysis phase along with the visualizations. So now, so hope this is clear to everyone. Anyone has any questions here with this respect? Hello, I joined the meeting late and I was in another meeting at work. How can I get the video of class from the start? Okay, anyone can just answer this, because we are getting many questions from here. So just to avoid any question on the same topic, can someone answer this, guys, from team?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, please, can you just please explain a little bit the linear and quadratic?
Sorry, didn't get you.
Please, can you just explain a little bit the linear and quadratic?
No, your voice is not clear. Sorry about that. Can you just come closer to your mic and try to speak?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. So if you can just type on the chat window also. If you're not able to speak, you can type on the chat window. I will make sure to answer your query. Yes, exactly. Paul told what I exactly wanted to tell. Thank you, Paul. Okay, guys. So now, do you understand what's the reason that I call it as a data warehouse? Data warehouse. Warehouse, yes. Historical information. And why do I need historical information? A lot of processing is required in order to analyze that information. Now, when I have information from different sources, integrated, stored, and now it's time to start my analysis. And one more thing, what are the different products that are available here, guys? So I have products from Oracle, SQL Server from Oracle. I have Microsoft SQL Server. And these are this one on premises. But nowadays, as we are going on cloud, we have many. We have many other. So guys, we have the answer for your query. Who is asking for the video? Recording will be made available to those who attend the 2 days training and fill the feedback form. Hope we'll not get more questions on this. Okay. So any other question apart from this is very much welcomed. Okay, nowadays everything is going on cloud. So cloud is also one thing. I'll just introduce you to the cloud also. Microsoft and AWS. Now many of us might be thinking AWS. Yes, AWS Redshift is the database which is available on cloud. Redshift is a database service that is available on cloud. I can store directly on my cloud. So I need not to have a server in my on premises and I have installed the server on that. No, I need not that. So I have to just pay rent. Instead of owning a house, I'm taking the house on rent. I'm not purchasing a house. Here. I purchase a house here. But I'm just renting it. So anytime I can leave. Yep. So another vendor which is providing is Microsoft also is providing. We call it as Azure. Finally, Google also is a good player in this, Google Cloud. So all these provide database services also to me. So all these also are in terms of technology. And what technology, what is the language that we use here, guys? We call it as SQL, structured query language. Structured query language. You can note it down. Structured query language. Here in database, DWH and data lake. Yes. Warehouse and what is the size of a warehouse? It could be in terms of square feet, but lake means bigger size. Now I will tell you a difference between. Who is this? A good question, guys. Thank you so much for asking. May I know your name? Because I can see only that this thing there. Yes, no problem. I'll tell you. In data warehouse, only the structured data is stored. Only the structured data in tables format. But in data lake, we have structured and semi-structured information also. And this concept, data warehouse and data lake, leads to ETL and ELT. Again, I'll come back to this question immediately after this part. Data warehouse and data lake. For now, at least you got your answer. Data warehouse only is a structured information. Great. ETL equal to data warehouse. ELT equal to data lake. Means I'm not defining my data model. Inside when I store the information. Instead, I am defining my data model when I read the information. I think it's J. Can you speak up? I think you have not renamed after rejoining. Okay, no problem. I'll just give you an understanding of this. Okay, guys. So coming to the last step, after storing the information, and it's time for me to analyze. Yes, analyze the information.
Yeah.
Analyze in the sense what? What are tools available to analyze? The best and the easiest tool that is available with us to analyze the information is Excel, Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel. And then after Excel comes Power BI, for which the introduction will be given in my next upcoming session. Introduction to Power BI or data visualization tools will be giving in the next session. Power BI. Then comes Click View. Then comes Click Sense. And then comes Tableau. So these are various tools which are leading in the market currently. Leading in the market. And I will tell you why do I call they are leading? So I have a reason for that. I'm not telling this. Python also is there. Thank you so much for adding here. Python also can be used to create charts and analysis. And then I will tell you one thing here. Have a look. Gartner. How many of us know Gartner, guys? Gartner's Magic Quadrant for Business Intelligence Tools, BI tools. I'll just go to, this is the one of the best survey which is present. See, Gartner's Magic Quadrant for 2021. And I will show you the trend. Open image in new tab. Okay. Here we go, guys. Have a look. Leaders. These are the leaders who are the top in the market. And who are those? Microsoft, Tableau, and Click. And there are many tools who are trying to compete. But these are leaders. And that is what we are here to train you guys. And now you might be seeing everywhere outside Tableau developer, Tableau, Power BI developer, Click developer. So there is a great demand of these technologies. So we are not just suggesting these tools just because, yes, we have expertise on that. No, these are the industry trends. And see that, guys, the date, February 2021. Data visualization, data visualize. And then I'll come back to my paint window, and this is the part where I do that. Where I do this here in this part. Just allow me 1 second. Okay, guys. Am I making sense? So analysis, and finally, decision making lies with the business users, the stakeholders, the owners of my organization. So this is what the entire BI cycle is, and what are the different technologies involved in that. Yes. Now, going back to one question that I got about name node and data node. Guys, please be aware here who have asked questions. I'm just rectifying your doubts. Okay. Name node means a master node, which will have many sub data nodes, slave nodes in under him, which he can control and get information from. This is the name node. Name node is my supervisor. He is my manager. Name node is my manager, and he gives the information for me to get my data done. Okay, so now this is the data node or slave node. It's me, and name node is my manager. Samely, data node, data node, data node, data node. I don't instruct all these values, guys. I don't instruct these data nodes. I instruct only name node. Name node will take instruction from me and it will give instruction to the data nodes. It will give the data and it will give the instructions. Data node is data is stored already here. Data is stored. A small chunks of data is stored. Say, example, I have 1 gigs of data, 1 GB of data. It will divide 200 megabytes, 200 megabytes, 200 megabytes, 200 megabytes. It will divide, and along with duplicates, it will keep the duplicate values, because if suddenly some data node is off, then automatically there should be a backup, right? So duplicate information also will be stored here. 200 this information and 200 some other data information. So I have divided with the duplicacy. If someone gets off or someone is on leave, that someone else can take his work. Make sense, guys? This information. So name node, I'm giving information. So name node instruct this and it will check. Yet it will keep on checking everyone is active or no. So heartbeat signals, it will check. Name node will check heartbeat signal, whether this is active or no, this active or no, this active or no, this active or no, and this active or no. It will see the heartbeat. So name data node should send the signals to the name node every milliseconds. So that telling that, yes, I am alive, you can rely on me. It will keep on telling. Then after completing, it will give the information back to the name node. Name node, what it will do, it will arrange the information. This concept is called map reduce. It is mapping the information here and reducing the reverse returned output. Map reduce. See, so beautifully it is handling, guys. It makes so much fascinating for us, guys, just to see, yes, some real-time challenge, how easily a technology is solving. And it's not like a rocket science, guys. Don't be afraid of that. It's not a rocket science. Yes, it comes with a real-time approach only. But you should have a mindset to think, yes, what value added is giving for me. Many of the companies, guys, I have come across many of the companies, we don't deal with large amount of data. Then they don't need even big data technology. They don't need even big data technologies if they are not dealing with a large amount of data. So this thing you have to think, yes, you should be in a state to tell an organization, no, your information is good. Then why you are simply using big data technologies? If you're dealing with small data, just go with the traditional approach. And this depends on the report refreshing needs. It could be 1 day analysis. It could be 2 day analysis. It could be 1 week analysis. Like this, you can divide. Make sense? What is big data technologies and how it is working? Okay, great. Now, coming back to Jay's question. He asked about what is data warehouse and what is data lake. So this is data warehouse and this is data lake. Data warehouse have tables of information. This altogether a data modeling concept, guys. Data tables, and each table are related to each other with a SQL concept called primary key and foreign key. Primary key and foreign key concept. Yep. Now in data lake, I don't have just structured data. I have unstructured information also. And I am not creating any relationship here. In data lake, as in data warehouse, I'm not creating any relationship. It's just information, stored information, stored information, stored information. So now what is the advantage of data lake? Data lake is huge place, data warehouse is small place comparatively. See, at the time of storing inside the data. So guys, transformation will store inside the data warehouse and analysis will read from that. Okay. Now, here is the key concept. Jay, hope you are attentive now. At the time of storing the information, I define this relationship. That means at the time of reading, it is fixed. And I cannot change that relationship at the time of reading. At the time of reading, I cannot change that relationship. But what is the advantage of data lake? I have huge information. So I'm not defining the relationship at the time of storing. Instead, I will define the relationship at the time of reading. Directly I'll store, but at the time of reading, what I will do, I have different perspectives. See, I can have different data models created. So take some tables and create the data model and relate these tables. Relate these tables and create another data model and create that table again. So at the time of reading, I am getting my data model prepared. That means my data analysis is flexible. When I have large information and I'm just storing them, at the time of reading, I'm creating a data model. Because in the huge organization, why do we need data lake is when you have huge organization across the globe, they have their business, they have huge information. A single data model is not sufficient for them, as in the data warehouse. They want different data models and they have to create different data warehouse. In that case, straightforward approach will tell, if I use data warehouse, same data warehouse, then information, different data warehouse, same information will be duplicated. So in order to reduce this same information duplication, we came across solution of data lake. Don't store in data relationship, store just the tables. At the time of reading, you create your data models. So duplicacy is reduced. And the single place, all information is available. And data lake, everything is available same place, but data warehouse, it's segregated now. Now with this concept, I will introduce you to the concept of ETL and ELT. ETL, which stands for extract, transform, and load, in contrast with ELT, which stands for extract, load, and transform. Now apply the same. Data modeling concept comes in data warehouse. In data warehouse, in the middle, SQL, Oracle, you have seen, right? There comes data modeling. Now, extract, transform, and load. So now I have different dashboards that I have to build, guys. So one dashboard is there, another dashboard is there, another dashboard is there. So now if I do extract, transform, and load, and this transformation is fixed now. Transformation, that data cleaning, data RF and RF, date conversions, that is fixed now. I cannot change it after this. So I have to use the same thing here. So that is good, straightforward. But in case, think, this transformation needs to be different here, this to be different here, this to be different here. That means I will not do my transformation here. I have to do transformation at this end. So extract, load, and after that transform. So transformation steps, keeping it at the last so that I can understand what is the end product need is before deciding my transformation. Make sense? Jay, please unmute yourself and speak. Does that concept make sense? So we are not going in depth. I'm just giving you an idea to get started. Guys, I don't see your correct name here. So someone asked where does the concept of data modeling comes in, but I don't see any response from you. Are you satisfied with the answer that I gave? Have a look here. Here, the data modeling concept comes into picture. We have different types of data models. We have different types of data models. We call that dimensional model, and entity relationship model. Yep. We have two different types of models. So this comes under data warehousing concepts. So that is a different module. So guys, now at the bottom line, I want to tell you guys that data science is not just one tool. Data science is umbrella of tools, and n number of tools are involved in this, and everyone has its own role, and everything has its own importance, and everything came from the real-time problems. And hope we have exactly tried to concentrate on that problems and how to solve that. From that approach I have taken you. So even if you are experienced, then it makes sense to you. Even if you are beginner, then Hope it have increased your interest. We are here to take some questions from you. Yep. We are open to take questions now.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah, my name is Godfrey. Please, I want to take you back to the data lake and the data warehouse.
Yes. Data warehouse in the data lake and the data warehouse.
Please, can we say that data lake screens data before storage and data warehouse does not screen data?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Can we use that definition to define data lake and data warehouse? Can we say that data lake screens data before storage?
Exactly. I got you. So when
you
are telling that, hold on, I got your question. You are asking that how we should decide whether you have to go for data warehouse or we have to go for data lake.
No, I'm just looking at the simple way of defining both of them for the purpose of understanding where.
Okay.
Can I just look at it like, okay, data lake, screen the data, as in forge the data before storage.
No.
Why data warehouse does not screen at all, just store as it comes.
Sorry, didn't get you.
I'm just trying to understand the definition of data lake and data warehouse.
Exactly. I'll write the definition here. Hold on. I'll just write
I know. I want to understand it in a simple way, in a more simple way.
I'll make it simple. I'll make it simple. Don't worry on that. Data warehouse, structured information. Correct? Data warehouse is structured information. Now, based on the example that we have taken, project purchase mobile phone or project sell mobile phone, I might have unstructured information also. Correct, right? I might have unstructured information also. So how can I integrate that information also in a single place? But data warehouse structured information, its limitation. Anything which is not structured, data warehouse will not store that. But for that, some wise person built the concept of data lake, where structured information and unstructured information also can be stored. Yes.
Okay, well understood now. Well understood.
Makes sense now?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay, great. So any other questions, guys? If you are not able to speak, please just type your questions, guys.
Also, sorry, can I contribute on this difference of the two?
Yes, please. You have to.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, maybe in just a normal, maybe low-level explanation, one can say data lake, data is as in its natural state.
Yes.
Either structured or unstructured. The way data is seated is in natural state. The way it comes, you dump it like that. For data warehouse, you need to look into the data modeling.
Yes.
You need to transform data into third normal form, dimensional model, and everything like that to make before you can consume it. But for data lake, it is as is in its natural state.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for adding that thing.
Contribution to this. Hope you don't mind that I had a little contribution to this. I think for a data warehouse, yeah, this path stores structured data. And what are structured data? These are data in rows and columns.
Yes. Someone asked a question, structured data and unstructured information. Yes, structured information is the information that you have in terms of tables. See, table, structured. Table is there, columns are there, and rows are there. So this is structure. Guys.
And also for a structured data, they have what we call relational database, whereby primary keys are linked together.
Yes,
complex
exactly.
structured data and
someone is telling us unstructured data. Have a look here. Unstructured. My name is Muhammad Arif. Guys, please mute yourself. My name is Muhammad Arif and I live in India. I am a data scientist. So this is unstructured. So what can be a structured way of this? Name, location, job is structured. So okay, name is Arif, and location is India, and job is data scientist. Yeah. So this is structured information and this is unstructured information. And semi-structured information is a JSON format. JSON or XML.
Or CSV.
Yes, CSV is structured. It's not semi-structured. It's a structure. CSV is a table only with comma separated values. Excel file. In Excel file, you store that value, right? So guys, someone, Bayon, you were just asked what is the difference between structured and unstructured information. Does it answer your question? Please, and confirmation would be appreciated. Yes, says yes. See, structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Semi-structured is altogether a different thing that we'll be looking into. Yeah. Just allow me 1 minute. Meanwhile, you are checking. Yes, structured from my basic knowledge today. Yes.
Hello, Harif.
Yeah, please tell me.
All right, my name is Paul. All right. Thank you once again for everything you've been doing so far. All right, so I understand after this we'll be moving to Power BI. Okay, and would there be any chance where we'll go into Excel, Microsoft Excel?
No. Power BI introduction, Power BI and Excel introduction will be given. We'll not be going depth into Power BI. Power BI and Excel, both basic introduction will be given. Be assured on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So we are not dealing into depth of a particular topic. So it's an overview of multiple topics. What are the challenges that you face in Excel and how you can overcome that in Power BI, that will be discussed in the upcoming session. And just one quick addition here, guys. CSV format. Someone, Paul,
yes,
just one quick note for
you.
Here.
Can I say something?
We can tell it as a semi-structured also.
Yeah.
We can treat it as structured and semi-structured, because why I'm telling it semi-structured. There is a comma separator which I don't need in my information. I can remove that information from the CSV file when I pull in that information in the Power BI. You can consider this as a semi-structured also. Paul?
Ahmed, right?
I get you.
Ahmed, right? So
sorry?
I said CSV is actually a semi-structured data.
Yes, semi-structured.
Because
yes.
from the definition of the structured data, these are data that are in table format in terms of rows and column. CSV is separated by commas, which we need Excel to separate them to
exactly
in Excel. So I would say
Excel is a structured data.
Semi-structured, yeah.
CSV is semi-structured, but I need not do transformation. I need not do anything cleaning when I import CSV into Power BI. It will be done automatically. That's the good thing for us. That will be seen in the upcoming session. Just guys, just allow me 2 minutes. I'll be just taking up your questions.
Okay, can anyone hear me?
Yes. So I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So we have two questions here. Are there more flexible ways to clean a data feed using programming language, or we just need to manage going through? No. There is some techniques. The tool to clean the data is called as ETL tools. Informatica is a tool. Or if you want to use a language, SQL is a language to clean the data. SQL, structured query language, is used to clean the data. Okay. What does querying the data means? Querying the data means reading from the database. See, you have stored some information in your book. How will you read that? You should be knowing some language, right? If some information is written in a book, then that information, to read that information, you need a language. That is language English, or it could be any other language. Similarly, when data is stored in a database, in order to read that information, you need a language. That we call it as querying the data. Querying, ask or query. Querying the data is SQL, and that is a language. Make sense? Okay, great. You need to understand your data set before you can get in clean method. Yes, you are absolutely right. You need to understand data type and data format to start get with cleaning. To get started with cleaning. Okay. Querying a database is to question the database. Perfect. Question the database. Ask a question, get your answer. Anyone else, guys? We'll take up your questions now. Any technology introduction you want, anything that you want to like?
Yes, sir. Sir?
Understand more, you'll be given that information.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead. Yes, please.
Can we say, if, for example, you went into a database and you carry out a search, can we say you are querying the database? Just go to the search column and type something there. Is that part of the query?
No. See, it's a different language. I call it a structured query language. So say a table. I have a table that I will call as employee table. Employee table. And I want to see how many employees are there in this table. So I'll write a language called select. Select employee name, comma, employee ID, comma, job from employee. From employee. If I write this statement, I will get a tabular result, which will have 3 columns. The columns that I have mentioned. So that is a tabular information, SQL. But SQL is not good for analysis, right? Means if you are technically expert, you can do your analysis using SQL. For a non-technical person to do your analysis, Power BI and Excel has been introduced. Which you don't need any SQL language. Yes. You just drag and drop your Excel files there, connect your data source, and get started with your analysis. Make sense? Google Data Studio, even that is a tool. If you see, it's a Google tool that is used for data cleaning and data presentation. There is also a tool like Power BI. So guys, I'm audible. So I can see, no, I'm here. I'm just reading the questions here. So it's like saying how female do we have, how many female do we have in IT department? This is done by language and database can understand and give a result. Correct. For retail store, hypermarket, what will you recommend? So guys, hypermarket, what kind of analysis you want to do? Can you just speak up? What kind of analysis you want to do? So how much sales is done? Yes, the training is still on, Paul. Okay. So when you tell what kind of analysis you want to do on a hypermarket, where you have different categories of products which are getting sold. I'm audible? Yes, I'm audible. Okay. How many different categories of products are sold? Yes, that is a data visualization tool. You can analyze this information in Excel also. And if you want to share this report with other guys, you have to go to Power BI. So this information, what kind of analysis you can do, I will explain you in the next upcoming session. Stay tuned for that. So what kind of analysis? Yes, we'll not be dealing much with that here. Okay. Someone is asking about issue with the Zoom. Training is still on. Anyone else, guys? So who is this who has asked me question on? Yes, can you just speak up here? Someone asked me question on this thing, hypermarket. Did you get an answer? Just type yes if you have got an answer regarding what type of analysis. I will explain you this in the upcoming session when I take up Excel, and when I give you introduction on Power BI, I will explain you on this. Sales forecasting, yes, that is done in Power BI. Sales forecasting done in Power BI. I will explain you on this. Yep. What feature in Power BI you have to use in order to do forecasting, I will tell. Power BI tool is used for do forecasting. Anyone else? Please come up with questions, guys. Hope you enjoyed this session, everyone, with some real world analogies. Anthony, Jay, you'd like to add anything? If you want to unmute yourself and speak, please go ahead. You're open to speak.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, please tell me.
Please, I want to ask a question. I don't know if you can answer it now.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, my part of my job is I work with a system, an application. I put in data and I also export to Excel. Then I edit and data, convert it to my report.
Okay.
So can I say that is a process of data science? Which part of data science can that be categorized as?
Okay, so what I understood, correct me if I'm wrong. So you have an application and you export information from there and you want to analyze.
Yes, I analyze, I filter, I filter, I export to Excel.
Yes.
Then I filter and I also
correct
do vertical.
So this is the data visualization. This is a data visualization that you have to do. So you have to export that Excel file from the application and you have to feed that Excel file to Power BI or Excel, do the cleaning inside the Power BI or Excel, and then create reports on that.
Yes, that's what I do. So what class of data science can that be?
Yes, that is data visualization. We call it as data visualization. Power BI, advanced Excel, there is a tool for that.
Okay.
But as you have Excel file, then you need not go for SQL. SQL is for tables.
Oh, I get my tables from Excel, pivot tables. I use
exactly.
I use charts.
Have a look here. When you tell you are using Excel, when you're telling you using Excel, then this is the part. So you don't need data warehouse. You need just analysis and reaction on this. So for this analysis, what part of data science is this part, last part of data science, that you need to use Power BI or Excel.
Yes.
You can use these tools. And this introduction is upcoming in the next session for you.
Okay, Mohammed, can I say something, please?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I think you are actually a data analyst because you actually do exportation and you pre-process and process information and be able to come up with you discover new information in terms of coming up with a conclusion and making decision. So I think that is the role of a data analyst that does exportation, cleaning up, processing, and be able to interpret it into useful information.
But exportation is a big challenge for him. So he has to do manually. Otherwise, if he wants to connect that information from this application directly, so if you want to connect an application directly to Power BI, then it's difficult task for him that he needs to be expert in APIs and all again.
He's using
that becomes a challenge, right?
He's actually using Excel to do the filtering process.
Sorry, didn't get you.
He uses Excel to do the cleanup.
He uses Excel.
Yes.
Because of that, I gave him directly the Power BI option. He can import Excel file directly in the Power BI and he can start exploration.
Okay, more like exploratory data analysis, EDA.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me ask a question too. What if you want to do a data cleanup where you want to do an trying to do an homogeneity of the data?
Power BI also can do that. Power BI also can do that.
But me, I actually use Excel because Power Query part of the Excel actually does majorly those things.
Okay. So now your question is, you have a requirement. So I'll just take your question here, and just let me just close this part. Not sure why this. Just come here. Not sure why it's coming. Okay. Your question is, you have table information here. Application is there, and you are exporting the data in Excel format.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oui.
And you want to do some cleaning on this. Correct.
Yeah.
You want to do some cleaning, and you want to analyze. So Power BI can do cleaning and visualization both. That's the twist. Power BI can do cleaning and visualizing both.
Okay. Can Power BI do what we call homogeneity? Probably the naming structure is not in the right case. Probably yes. Heterogeneous naming structure.
Everything can be done. Everything can be done in Power BI. See, sometimes it's not, the information is having null values. So you can replace that values in Power BI. So say you don't have information in lowercase and uppercase correctly formatted. You can do the changes there. Say sometimes you don't have date in the correct structure. You can do that in Power BI. Yes. Power BI is much powerful tool.
Hello, Ari.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Paul. Yes.
Yes, please tell me.
Okay. So my challenge is, okay, see what my other attendees have actually the questions they've asked.
Right. Your voice is very low. Your voice is very low. Can you just?
My volume is very low. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. All right. So like I was saying, like my other attendees said, we do work that's related to we working with data, right? So my challenge with Power BI is, all right, so when I do all the data cleaning, filtering, and all that, okay, then I will still have to export to use on PowerPoint because most of our organizations, we end up using PowerPoint to visualize our reports. So, and for the little knowledge of Power BI I have, with Power BI, you can automate your dashboard, just move around automatically. It will just be changing. But in most of our organizations, they are yet to embrace the use of Power BI. So how can we integrate that into our usage in our current place of work? Hope you understand my question.
Okay, so you are telling that most of the organizations don't use Power BI. So how we can get started using the Power BI? Is that your question?
I didn't hear what you just said now.
Sorry, didn't get you here.
So, hello?
Yes.
Arif, I didn't get what you said.
I'm audible.
Okay, were you asking me questions?
Paul, can you re-ask the question? Paul, re-ask the question so that you can be clear on what.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Thank you.
Your question I reiterated. So,
okay, let me say it again.
BI, yes, please go ahead. Say it.
Okay. All right. So, like I said earlier, most of my attendees or my colleagues in this class today, we actually do a little bit, not fully into data analysis and all that. Okay. So we manage data, we clean data, we do all that, and we end up visualizing it because definitely we generate a report. All right. So my concern now, how can we integrate Power BI to what we do? Because most of our organizations, they are yet to embrace Power BI. They use PowerPoint for reporting, for visualization. So
how then can we integrate Power BI in our usage at work? Because the little knowledge of Power BI I know, you can design a dashboard that can automatically be changing when you move it anywhere. You know, it will just change the chart, it will just change the flow, everything. But in PowerPoint, it's going to be fixed. You just take a report, you paste it on PowerPoint, and it's fixed. So my point is, we use Excel, we don't use PowerPoint. How can we integrate PowerPoint to our usage? I hope you understand now.
Yes, I understood. And I'll tell you the entire flow of Power BI, how you can use this Power BI, at what time you can introduce Power BI in your organization. I'll tell you. So first of all, think Power BI. I'll just make it red. Power BI comes along with Microsoft Office 365. Office 365 subscription, correct? It will come with along with Microsoft Office 365 subscription. So if you are willing to pay, around $9.9 per user per month. If you are willing to pay this much amount per user per month, then what you can do here is you will have access to a portal, a server where you can publish your information. This is your data. This data you can publish to a service given by Microsoft for you. We call it as Power BI service. Power BI service you can give, and you can publish all your data there. And say you have your fellow colleagues who wants to create their dashboard. So what they can do, these three persons think they want to create their dashboards in the form of dashboard. They don't want to use PowerPoint now. So PowerPoint is old way to tell the stories, but they want to adopt to Power BI service. So you have published some information. So these guys will go to the service, log into the service, and they have access to the data set, and they can create their own dashboards here on the service itself, and they can share it back to you. This is you, and after they create it and they share it back to you. And unified platform, you got a single platform where single truth of information is available. See, the information that you published, single truth of information is there, and all your three subordinates is using the same information for their analysis, and they can share it back to you on the service itself. Will it not be an easiest way where you can integrate the multiple sources of information in single place, and there is no way that you go wrong because single truth of information is there, and all the employees can use the same thing and create their own version of dashboards and share it back across with the team? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Arif, I totally understand you. This is Paul speaking. So now the challenge now is that the organization, see, I'm not in the IT department. I'm a customer care specialist. Do you understand? So I have interest in data analysts and all that. So if the organization is not buying into the idea of using Power BI, I think it's beyond me. So I know about Power BI service. You have to have it. They need to log in. They need to be able to view the report. So that's which is why, most of us on this platform, most of us, we end up learning Power BI, and we, in a little way, apply it. Why? Because I understand when it comes to data, you need to be using it over and over, so that when you use it over and over, you be master of it. Most of us, our organizations, are still in the part of PowerPoint, and they are yet to buy idea of Power BI, which is why I'm so concerned. If there's any way I can do all the analysis, all the filtering, all the whatever, will I still be able to extract it for usage for PowerPoint?
Yes, you can have. See, you have a tool, Power BI Desktop. You might be aware of that, correct? Are you aware of the tool Power BI Desktop?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So in Power BI Desktop, once you generate your dashboard, say this is a dashboard you generated, and it has a bar chart, it has a pie chart, it has a map chart, and it has a line chart. So this is a dashboard you created, correct? So think, that is a dashboard you created, and now you want this dashboard as a PowerPoint, correct?
I'm with you, please.
Okay, so if you want to export it in Power BI, you have an option like export to PowerPoint. So you can just export this into a PowerPoint file that you can directly use in your presentation. You can export directly as a PPT format. And one challenge here is it is not a live data. When you export it to PPT, this will come as an image. This is an image, this is an image, this is an image, and this is an image. It will come like this. So it's not a real-time PPT, but the images of your dashboard will be integrated into your PPT, and you'll have direct download option from Power BI desktop into PPT.
Thank you. Hope it's without a cost.
Yes, and it's without cost. It's without cost. It's free of cost.
Thank you.
I'll demonstrate this. If you join tomorrow's session, I'll demonstrate this for you.
I'll definitely be there.
Okay. And this is all without cost. You just be assured on that. Okay, guys. Anyone else has any questions here? Yes, I have 4 things on the chat window. Yes, let me just go and see the chat window. You don't even need PowerPoint with Power BI. What do we mean by visualizing? Okay, visualizing means telling something, conveying some information. I'm conveying information by speaking with you guys and showing my screen. The same way, visualizing means conveying a message by with the help of some charts. That is called visualizing. Make sense? Everyone, does that make sense? Okay, hope that answers your question. You don't even need PowerPoint with Power BI. Sorry, didn't get your question here. So his question was different here. So Stephen, he was asking that if many of the organizations have not used still Power BI and they want traditional way of sharing the reports, can I export without cost from Power BI to PowerPoint? Yes, we can export that directly. And you can export that in PDF also. I'll show you that. That's one additional thing for you. Okay. Yes, tomorrow's class will be on the same time. Yes, I'll just coordinate with the team and I'll let you know. Any other questions? We have 5 minutes more. Okay. That will be communicated, Paul. So guys, anyone who didn't have any knowledge on what data science is, what are the challenges that we come across in data science, and how we can relate data science to our real-time life and in our day-to-day activities, in my day-to-day living also, data science is there. Yes, that is what we started our program with. Okay. So we have a communication here. So 2 p.m. tomorrow, same timing. Thank you so much, Anthony. So tomorrow we'll be seeing introduction to visualization. So we'll be getting into Excel and we'll be giving introduction to Power BI. Thank you,
All right.
Michael.
Thank you so much, Mohammed, for the time today. It has really been educative and impacting so far. Yeah. So that means there are no more questions.
Yep.
Yeah. So if there are no more questions, that means we can come to the end of today's training. But before we go, we just have some brief information to share. So, as regards the time for tomorrow's training is 2 p.m. same time. So you join us by 2 p.m. for the training tomorrow. So also we'd like you to follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook. Link will be dropped in the chat very soon. And also to ensure that you get real-time information concerning the trainings and even future trainings, we encourage you to join the Telegram community. If you have not already joined, you get information fast from there.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much for your patience and support today. So we'll meet up in the next session with some new understanding and new concept. Thank you so much, all. Have a great time ahead. Meet you back soon. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Paul.